Hey, what's up, y'all? Today we have these easy breakfast skillet potatoes, y'all. This is one of the goats of breakfast meals, in my opinion. So, y'all, let's go. All right, y'all. So I have three large potatoes, russet potatoes that I cleaned off thoroughly to make sure that there's no extra like debris or dirt or whatever on the flesh of those potatoes. And then I'm just going in with my vegetable peeler to roughly peel all of the skin off of there. And after that, I am just going to slice them all up in about a quarter of an inch to half of an inch thick slices. Doesn't really matter. You can use the mandolin. I've used it in my other video, my scalloped potatoes video, but I just decided to just use my plain old knife this time, and it worked out perfectly. So yeah, just cut those potatoes into a quarter of an inch to about half an inch slices. After that, y'all, I am going to cut some of the potatoes in half a little bit just to make them, I guess, in quarters, if you will. And that's just because some of the potatoes will kind of get a little bit more softer and kind of mash into it. And that's just how I prefer mine. So after that, y'all, I'm just roughly slicing up this half of a white onion, a large white onion. And now, y'all, it is time to go into that preheated cast iron skillet with that bacon grease. So I went in with about a tablespoon of that bacon grease, and you definitely want to use bacon grease in this. I mean, you can use vegetable oil and all of that, but that bacon grease is really going to give you that flavor and that real southern style like vibe and feeling, and it's really going to remind you, or it reminds me all the time when I make this, of just like growing up and like my grandma making this, y'all. So use bacon fat. And now, y'all, I'm going in with all of those sliced up potatoes, and I'm just, placing them in there because we're going to stir them all up in a little bit, so it doesn't really matter. I don't know why I'm trying to put them all out on an even layer, but you also use this time to just like kind of separate them a little bit. Now, today for my seasonings, I'm going in with some Cajun seasoning. I know that's my all-purpose seasoning. You can really honestly just go simple and traditional with just some salt and some pepper and some garlic powder. I grew up on that, and that's totally fine. But I decided just to amp it up a little bit, so that's why I went in with that Cajun seasoning. Then I'm going in with some pepper. I'm going in with a whole lot of garlic powder, just because I love that garlic flavor in these potatoes, y'all. But you can use fresh garlic. I didn't really want to use that because fresh garlic in this kind of dish has a tendency to kind of burn, especially as we're going to be cooking this on the stove for, close to 30 minutes, honestly. And so that garlic can have a tendency to burn. And I didn't really want to deal with all of that, so I decided to use garlic powder, y'all. That was a long-winded explanation, but here we are. So now I'm just mixing all those seasonings, y'all. I'm going in with a little drizzle of olive oil, and then I'm going to place my cover on the top, and that's going to really help it steam and really start to cook through on the inside, y'all. So now, after about 10 minutes or so on medium heat, this is what these potatoes are looking like. They are already starting to smother together, soften up, and those seasonings have really started to seep in there. And as you can see, we really started to develop some brown color and some charring on the bottom of those potatoes, and that is exactly what you want. You don't want all the potatoes to be like that, but you definitely want that flavor from some of those potatoes really getting nice and charred and smoky, and that is really, really what you are going for, y'all. So now, y'all, it's been about 12 minutes or so, and this is what these potatoes are looking like after they've been cooking. And now I am going in with those onions, y'all, and this is really what's going to take it up a notch, y'all. And y'all, I remember going to my grandma's house back when she was still living, and she used to always make this for us. I love this dish, y'all, so much. It is a perfect breakfast recipe, y'all. Breakfast side dish, whatever you want to call it, y'all. So now I'm just mixing that all up together a little bit, putting my lid on there again, y'all, and letting it cook for about 10 or so more minutes. And this is what these smothered potatoes, or these skillet potatoes, are looking like, y'all. Perfectly cooked through, because we had the lid on there, and that kept it nice and moist. It kept that steam in there and allowed the potatoes to really steam on the inside, and we still have them nice and crispy on some of the potatoes on the outside, y'all. So it's perfect. So I'm going in with final touches, some butter, going in with some salt and pepper, and a little bit of paprika just for color, y'all. And this is the final product, y'all. I really hope you enjoyed this recipe, y'all, and enjoyed the video and all of that good stuff, y'all. Let me know how you like these potatoes out, y'all. This is one of my favorite go-to recipes for breakfast time, and I just absolutely love y'all, and I hope y'all love it too. So, y'all, with that said, you can hit that like button. You can subscribe to the channel if you want to. You can share the video, and I'll be back for another video very soon. Bye, y'all.